Champions League regular season as PAOK look to spark their campaign into life, welcoming French side Nanterre in Group B. Good evening from me, Tim Long. We're at the PAOK Sports Arena here in Greece, 5th hosting 8th in Group B. So two teams desperate for the win. The home side at 0-3 haven't been as bad as that record might seem. 3 fairly tight defeats so far, and still plenty of time to launch a comeback. Nanterre arrived from the outskirts of Paris with a 1-2 record, finally getting their first win last week, and now looking to build some momentum. I'll focus here on Group B, and later on this evening in this group, we'll have Freiburg welcoming German side Bonn to Switzerland, and UNET Holon entertaining Czech side Opava in Israel, and then Venezia to welcome Tenerife tomorrow as well. We should get a look at the Group B standings as well. The top 4 of the 8-team group making the playoffs. Tenerife and Venezia both flying high at 3-0 so far. One of them has to lose tomorrow. Holon the only team at 2-1. And then there's 4 teams tied at 1-2, including tonight's away side Nanterre. PAOK the only side yet to win a game, but still sitting just 1 win off those playoff places. So as far as the home side are concerned tonight, it's about getting their season going. Losing the first 3 is not the end of the world, but they have to stop that losing streak as soon as possible. And Nanterre, one of those 4 teams just 1 win above them, know that they're going to be in a scrap to make the postseason as well. There's a long way to go in the 14-game regular season, but it's already tight and tense here for Game 4. A look at the Nanterre roster, and Hauko Palsson, a joint team high, 13.3 points, along with Dominic Waters. Both of those players averaging 2.3 assists per game as well. Waters shooting the ball very well on the inside, Palsson shooting it very well from downtown. Leading the way in terms of assists per game creatively for them is Laou Konate with a team high 3 assists per contest. And Julian Gamble has 5.7 rebounds per game to lead the French side in that department. As for PAOK, Phil Goss averaged a team high 17 points across 2 games so far. Shooting the ball well, 50% inside, 40% from downtown. Ioannis Atheneu has a team high 4.3 assists per game. And then Yannick Moreira, a team high 6 rebounds per game so far, as well as 8.7 points. And Linos Christopoulos, also a key player, 9.7 points and 3.7 boards per contest so far. William Hatcher, another key scorer for them as well, averaging close to 9 points and a couple of assists. The 2 sets of players have finished their pre-game warm-ups, and they will go to the bench and we'll get the official introductions. Starting, of course, with the away side from France, Nanterre. The team that won the Europe Cup a couple of seasons ago, beating fellow French side Alain Chalon in a classic 2-legged final that went down to the very last shot. Last season was the club's first in the Basketball Champions League. They were 3rd in the regular season group, 9-5 record, but then lost to Banvit in the last 16. This season just 1-2 so far to sit 5th in Group B. They started with a fairly narrow road defeat to Opava, losing by 7, 74-67. Then came a big home court defeat to Tenerife, losing by 17, 58-75. But they finally got a win on the board last week, winning by 24 at Bonn, 57-81. Pascal Donadieu is the head coach and the main reason for all of Nanterre's recent success. He spent his entire coaching career at the club. And now the introduction of the home team, PAOK. They've been a regular competitor in the top continental competition since the turn of the century. Never really made a push to go deep in a competition, though, in that time. Last season in the BCL, they were 3rd in the regular season, 7-7 record, but lost to Pinar Karsiaka in the last 16. The previous season in the Basketball Champions League, they went out to Tenerife in the round of 32. 0-3 so far, rock bottom of the group as we've seen, but 3 narrow defeats. They started with a 10-point loss at Venezia, 69-59, then a 5-point defeat here to Bonn, And a real offensive showdown, 95-100 the score. And then last week they lost by just 4 at UNET Holon, 72-68. So they are getting closer and closer to that first win. Their head coach is Ilias Papatheodorou, hoping to get that first win on the board here on home court tonight. PAOK come into this one averaging 5.3 more points per game. Nanterre start game day 4 as the 3rd lowest scoring team in the Basketball Champions League. PAOK the more accurate from long range, shooting a competition 7th best, 39.4%. Nanterre the more accurate side, close to the basket, shooting 51% inside. Assists are significant tonight though. Nanterre have the lowest average of all 32 teams in the tournament, just 12.3 per game. PAOK averaged 2.4 more per contest, but still only ranked joint 27th in the competition. As we see our officiating team for this evening's game, you have to feel whichever team can circulate the ball better over the course of the evening should have a good chance of winning the contest. But PAOK certainly need to protect it better as well. Only Oostende average more than their 16.7 turnovers a game. That is nearly 5 turnovers more a game than Nanterre's average. That and their foul count seem to be the main reasons why they've not won any games yet. They average a tournament 2nd highest, 26 fouls a contest. And that put them in great trouble against Toulon last week because they took 7 more shots from the field. They shot a better percentage from the field, 43% compared to 39% against their Israeli opponents. But they still lost by 4 points. And that's because they sent Holon to the line to score a remarkable 31 out of 36 free throws. They made 29 fouls in that game. Pascal Valadiou would not mind 36 free throw attempts this evening for Nanterre. Something they simply can't afford to do again. We've seen the Nanterre starting 5, now the PAOK starters: Moreira, Christopoulos, Tepic, Hatcher and Goss. Goss, who's been so impressive so far, 17 points on average. Over 2 games, he had 23 points, 5 rebounds and a steal last week. As for Nanterre last week, they won at Bonn, their first win of the campaign. They were better in the majority of the categories. They shot 59% inside, 39% from downtown. They hit 11 threes. And their perimeter defense held Bonn to just 3 of 20 from the outside for 15%. They had 3 fewer turnovers, 5 more rebounds, although they only had 10 assists, and that's been their problem so far this season. They still managed to score 81 points, but on average, only 67 so far this season. The 3rd lowest in the competition, and their assists average is the lowest in the competition, so they have to move the ball better on the road, you feel, in Thessalonica here tonight. Another shot of Ilias Papatheodorou, who will feel his team are getting closer to that first win. Only lost by 5 in their first home game of the campaign, now their 2nd home game. He will also feel that they can't leave it too much longer. It's a 14-game regular season, only game 4, but you don't want to leave yourself with too much ground to have to make up. And of course, the higher you finish, the better in terms of moving through to the next stage and who you're going to face. And here's a former Greek League champion against the former champion of France this evening. The former Courage Cup and Supporter Cup winner, taking on a recent Europe Cup and Euro Challenge champion, Two teams steeped in titles and tradition and desperately in need of a win. We're all set here for PAOK Thessaloniki against Nanterre on game day 4 of the Basketball Champions League regular season. The players taking their positions on court. And ready for the opening tip here. They really do have great European heritages, these two basketball clubs. And now looking for success in the Basketball Champions League. Nanterre start with the ball. Jeremy Senglin, who had a joint game-high 20 points in last week's win, his first appearance of the campaign. A free passage through the paint for the easy layup for Jušikevičius. It's far too easy for Nanterre to score with their first offensive possession. Tepic, then put up just inside the foul line. It will fall for a chance of a three-point play for Yannick Moreira. The perfect way for him to start because he was scoreless in last week's defeat. He was 0 of 3 from the field, having had 12 points here on game day 2 when he was 4 of 6. Yannick Moreira, the 27-year-old centre, with a chance at a three-point play inside the opening minute. He's got a good weight to try and add the extra one. The official's just checking something over on the timekeeper's table. There's a problem that needs to be sorted out over there, so the weight is going to go on for Yannick Moreira. He has averaged 8.7 points and the team high 6 rebounds per game so far. We're seeing that first basket scored by Adas Jušikevičius, the Lithuanian for Nanterre. He started very strong after 6.5 statless minutes last week as well. So two players who struggled a week ago already up and running for their respective teams. Yannick Moreira, still so cool, calm and composed from the stripe after that long wait. PAOK lead 3-2. Jušikevičius. On the move here is Senglin. Swiftly on to Pelson. Couldn't force it home. And Moreira grabs the ricochet underneath. William Hatcher. Milenko Tepic, the Serbian, moving it on. Then on to by Chryssikopoulos. Another one for Yannick Moreira. 5 points in a little over a minute here. Certainly making amends for his disappointing display a week ago. Jušikevičius moving it on, so too Senglin. Now Gamble looking to go one-on-one with Moreira here, backing him down into the paint. And contact called against Yannick Moreira. The first uncomfortable few seconds for him in tonight's contest. Julian Gamble. Jušikevičius. Hatcher fizzing the pass in underneath. Saving on the baseline, but to nobody but the coach was Linos Chryssikopoulos. Senglin on the move again, onto Gamble inside, looking to attack Moreira once more. And then he tried to thread it through a tiny gap to Senglin. The 23-year-old American who came in last week and made such an impact. He was 4 of 7 inside, 3 of 7 from downtown for those 20 points. Jusikavicius. Left hand stutter dribble, almost lost the handle on the ball. Picked up by Senglin though, who fires the 3 with a hand in his face and knocks it down. Jeremy Senglin picking up right where he left off last week. Goss gets it back from Moreira. Too far to stretch for him, and here come Nanterre. A 3-on-2, but they get back in transition. An open three-pointer for Jusikavicius. Everybody got back on defense inside and left him open on the outside. 5 points early for Jusikavicius. Hatcher able to float one up and in. The basket starting to fall now at both ends of the floor. Senglin. Jusikavicius looking to get free again here. Moves it on to Gamble. One-on-one against Moreira here. No help defense coming across. And then it sticks between the glass and the basket. And it was a good decision not to give any help to Yannick Moreira. He made it a tough shot for Julian Gamble. Hatcher feeding it back inside. Hatcher a bit of space to fire the 3, too short. And the rebound picked up by Paulson. Senglin. Paulson. Jusikavicius. Shot clock down to 6 seconds here. Oh, Jusikavicius getting inside free. 7 points in the opening 4 minutes for him. Off the lovely composed pass from Paulson. Nanterre by 3. Hatcher. Almost lost, but just recovered by Goss, and then a foul on Jusikavicius, who was trying to pick his pocket. Saw the opportunity, just wasn't quite quick enough. He only averages 5.3 points so far. Jusikavicius, he's got 7 already here. And that's after 0 last week as well. Hatcher with a nice pass. And the finger roll will fall for Moreira. Using every centimetre of that 2 meters 5 frame. Senglin across to the far side. Paulson. He'll take the contact from Chryssikopoulos. The game's got a really good feel about it, a good pace, back and forth. Both offenses positive. And a nice pass from William Hatcher allowed Moreira the chance to attack the rim here, and he just had the length to go over the top of Demetrius Treadwell. Moreira, he's been really impressive so far. On the move now, looking to pull up and shoot, and he gets contact and will go to the line for 2. It's a comparative little man at one end doing the damage in Adas Jusikavicius, and a big man at the other in Yannick Moreira. And PAOK are level at 10-10. 8 points for Moreira already. Konate. Jusikavicius. Trapped by the double team, had it knocked away. Still Nanterre ball. He was in trouble though. Forced across to the sideline with nowhere to go. Palsson. Crossover three-pointer, nothing but nylon for Alcor Palsson. Nanterre ahead by 3. First score for Palsson. Goes to Tepic. Tepic driving inside, and Treadwell was in the way. Saved on the baseline, now a chance to run, gun, stun and have some fun. Another 3, wouldn't go. They'd hit 3 of 4 from the outside before that open miss from the corner by Lou Konate. Goss pulls up for the long 2. And the rebound grabbed by Waters. Dominic Waters averaging 13.3 points per game. Cross-court pass, Jusikavicius misses the 3. So after hitting 3 of their first 4, they've now missed 2 in a row. PAOK a chance to make it watertight again. Lovely fade inside, and it goes for Chryssikopoulos. But how about the assist from William Hatcher? PAOK within 1. Jusikavicius hands it off on the perimeter. And then picks it up again. Shot clock winding down. Final seconds, needs to get a shot away, Waters, and he can't. Great defense from PAOK, who now have a chance to take the lead. Chryssikopoulos going to work inside, backs it home, and PAOK are ahead. Great defense at one end, leading to simple offense at the other. Final 3 minutes of the first quarter, PAOK by 1. Dominic Waters. Treadwell on the move, receives it now, looks to attack, kicks it back out. Jusikavicius for 3, got it. Tremendous team basketball from Nanterre. And their 4th 3 of the night, the second for Jusikavicius, who's got 10 points in the quarter. Chryssikopoulos. Forced up and in by Moreira. He's saying to Jusikavicius, anything you can do, I can do too. It's 10 points for Yannick Moreira as well in the quarter. One superstar for each team in the opening 8 minutes here, with 10 of their respective 16 points. Yannick Moreira, 4 of 4 from the field. And then down the other end, Anas Jusikavicius with 10 points as well. And he's 2 of 2 inside, 2 of 3 from downtown. Both of those players go to the bench for the first time. Waters. Treadwell creating a bit of room and firing over the top of the defense. Nanterre ahead. 2 minutes of the first to play. The high-scoring quarter. Both offenses functioning well. Chryssikopoulos, the baby hook shot, wouldn't go down. Treadwell the rebound. PAOK more on the inside, Nanterre more on the outside in terms of... Well, that's an offensive foul on Dominic Waters, raising that arm towards the face of his opponent. And turns the ball over. Only a couple of turnovers each in the first quarter. As I was saying, the offenses have functioned well, but that's a blow for Nanterre, their 4th team foul of the quarter with 97 seconds remaining. Adonis Conyers Setting the screen is Garrett. Garrett trying to get inside, and the passing lane blocked off. Konyuris, the 21-year-old Greek, will inbound. He wants to make amends, I'm sure, as well, for his performance last week when he was just 1 of 7. The last time they were here, PAOK on home court. Konyuris again. This time looking to the outside. We see Kopolos for 3, too long. Konyuris the rebound. And a fresh 14 on the shot clock. Jones gathered it in and receives it now on the far side against Senglin. Double team comes across. Shot clock winding down. They've moved it to Chrissy Kopolos. This time he steps inside and draws the contact with 0.4 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Just inside the final minute of the quarter. The foul against Ugo Invernizzi. PAOK with a chance to tie at the line with Linos Chrysikopoulos. He only had 5 points in last week's defeat. He was 2 of 4 from the field. He had 19 points on game day 2. When he was 8 of 11. He's already surpassed last week's tally with 6 here in the first quarter. Konate. Invernizzi. Senglin. The crossover behind the back, steps inside away from Phil Goss and gets fouled. And that will take Nanterre to the foul limit. And that means foul shots for Jeremy Senglin. I do beg your pardon, that will take PAOK to the 4th foul. So no foul shots, Khan. Getting it into Lou Konate. Treadwell back out, but the pass was short and picked off here by Jamal Jones all the way through to score. PAOK have the edge. And then a turnover as well for Nanterre. Creators of their own downfall in the final minute of the first quarter. A 9-second differential between shot and game clock here. Plenty of space to turn and fire the 3. It was short though for Hatcher. Can Nanterre get out of their own half of the court? Can they get a shot away now? Konate, oh, he travelled some distance but couldn't get it to go at the buzzer. Did really well to hold off the defence, but just fell short in the end. And Nanterre just falling short so far. PAOK leading 20-18 at the end of 1. Look at some of these stats and you see PAOK 8 of 11 inside where they've been doing most of their damage. Nanterre 4 of 7 from downtown. And that has kept them to within a fine margin. Rebounding numbers fairly even. Nanterre will be fairly happy to have those 4 assists on the board. They only averaged 12 so far this season, so 4 1/4 is a significant improvement. They have to try and keep it going. They have produced some moments of nice ball movement on offense. How about the performance of that man, though? Yannick Moreira with 10 points in the quarter, 4 of 4 from the field. And that's Yushi Kamachis with 10 points as well for Nanterre. Getting a couple from downtown, a couple inside as well. Moreira has been big in the paint. Paulson has backed up Yushi Kamachis. And Chrysikopoulos has ably backed up Moreira. 6 points for Chryssikopoulos. And 3 for Palsson. Treadwell getting that one to go. And PAOK by 2 as we get ready for the start of the second quarter. Senglin. Jusikavicius just looking to fire it in, where the foul will go on Darius Garrett. Garrett tangling with Gamble. Senglin, quick shot off the inbound pass, would it go? Offensive rebound now and a long 3. No, not for Invernizzi. Bounce pass into the lane. Just about able to grab it and move it on to Jones in the corner. And he knocks down the 3. PAOK's first of the evening. And this is now their largest lead of the evening. PAOK by 5. Jusikavicius, Senglin, Julian Gamble looking to go one-on-one, and another foul on Darius Garrett, the second of this quarter already. And we've only played 50 seconds of it. Jusikavicius to get the ball in. Senglin. Khan going into the lane, flipping it overhead. And a whistle on the play as he looked to find Gamble. That's going to be 3 fouls on PAOK already. And we've played just 61 seconds of the second quarter. It's 2 on Goss as well now. From a personal point of view, Jusikavicius couldn't find a way inside to Gamble. Across to the far side it goes, and the burst to the basket for the score from Senglin. A positive start to the second quarter for Nanterre. The score, and those 3 fouls on PAOK already. Now we have a foul on the other side of the floor against Gamble by the looks of it. In fact, against Senglin, or Invernizzi. Oh, the long ranger for Chryssikopoulos. PAOK up by 6 now. They waited so long to make a 3, and now they've made 2 in a row. And Chryssikopoulos is up to 9 points. Around the frame of Gamble goes Senglin, now Invernizzi. And another foul on the PAOK defence. This has been their problem this season. Averaging 26 fouls a game. They had 29 last week. They've got 4 in this quarter in less than 2 minutes. So any foul from the PAOK defence now for the next 8 minutes and 6 seconds will send the Nanterre offence to the foul line. Invernizzi trying to find Gamble off the leg of Jamal Jones. Senglin. Just about recovered the pass from Jusikavicius. Senglin, final seconds of the shot clock. Looking to attack. Hangs in the lane. Difficult shot. Will it go? Big offensive rebound. Gamble. Senglin there to grab it as well. And a fresh 14 on the shot clock. They've had a series of offensive rebounds in this second quarter already. Gamble can't force that one home. Can he grab another? No. Cognaris emerges with the basketball finally for Pau. Good movement on the perimeter, fed inside, the head fake, but sticking with him like glue was Gamble. Denying Athenaeou. Imvanidze, pass picked off. Here he is again, Athenaeou. Not sure he'll be attacking Gamble for a few more minutes. Jamal Jones is prepared to though, and he draws the contact, and that's Nanterre's second foul. And Gamble picks up his second. And we're going to have a timeout with around 7 minutes of the half to play, and PAOK leading by 6, 26-20.
Soyez pas surpris par leur agressivité. Là, vous êtes surpris par leur agressivité. Bon, les gars, allez, on récupère bien, on n'est pas loin. We have just 2 pas. Let's go.
PAOK certainly improving in the second quarter with their outside shooting. That's been able to help them open up a 6-point gap. The home team led by the 10 points of Yannick Moreira, who did his damage early on, but 9 from Linos Christopoulos, including 1 from deep, 3 of 5 from the field altogether. A couple of assists from him as well. And Jamal Jones off the bench for 5 points. Hitting 1 on the inside, 1 on the outside, and now 1 from the stripe. They've only had 4 scorers, PAOK. The other is William Hatcher, who's just got 2 points. Jamal Jones now has 7 of perfect shooting. And PAOK have stretched their lead to 8, the largest of the game. Ushikavicius. Senglin. An 8-2 start to the quarter for PAOK. Nanterre trying to wrestle back some momentum. End of the shot clock here. Konate, difficult shot in the lane, off balance, would it go? Rebound grabbed by Margaritis, and here come PAOK again. Athenaeou trying to force it on and called for a travel in the end as he couldn't get the ball past Palsson. So PAOK turn it over. Only their 3rd turnover of the game and their 1st of this second quarter. Palsson. Ushikavicius shoots another 3. Got it. 3 of 4 from the outside and 13 points tonight. Just what Nanterre needed. They're back within 5. Tried to answer back at the other end, but missing was Cognaris. Senglin. Senglin looking to pirouette, edge of the paint, gives it back to Ushikavicius, who's still got that hot hand. Bounce pass. Ponsa across to the far side. Really good ball movement, stepping in for the 2, but just missing it was Palsson. Nanterre certainly moving the ball better this week than they have done previously in this competition. Cognaris moving it on to Athenaeou. Fired inside and then bumped in the lane was Margaritis. And Nanterre are catching up PAOK in that foul count. 4 fouls in the first 2 minutes of the quarter on Pauk, but around 3 minutes have passed since then, and Nanterre haven't been able to draw that 5th foul. They still haven't shot a free throw in the game. In contrast, Pauk, who started the quarter with all of those fouls, they're at the line for their 8th and 9th foul shots. And they've hit 8 of those 9. 7 points the lead. Senglin. Using the screen of Ponce, and then fouled, and finally Nanterre will go to the strike. The foul on the number 11, Margaritis. That's his first. Nanterre can try and make good use of this foul situation now over the next 5 minutes before half-time. Down by 7, a chance to cut it to 5 here with Jeremy Senglin. Senglin looking to take his first half tally to 7 points. Only Juševičius with 13 has more for Nanterre. They only have 4 scorers as well. Paulson has 3 and Treadwell has 2. Jones. Hatcher. Across to the far side, Atheneu quickly moved on. Edging his way down the baseline was Jones, turning and missing. The rebound recovered by Konate. Paulson hands it off. Senglin on the move, busy as ever. Little shake and bake dribble across to the far side. Paulson runs into traffic, draws the attention of the defense though, and got his teammate a good look. Then the passing lane blocked off by Paulson, a mid-air collision, but an offensive foul against Jeremy Senglin. A big effort from Paulson here to tip that pass back into the hands of Senglin, but a great effort from the defense from Margaritis to get his feet set and take the contact. So Senglin called for the offensive foul, which does not lead to foul shots. Only Nanterre's 4th anyway. So any foul from their defense for the remainder of the quarter now will lead to Pauk free throws. Lovely dribble and floated with a beautiful trajectory from Hatcher. Pauk back up by 7. Hatcher's second score. Konate. Senglin. And there's another offensive foul from Ponce, setting the illegal screen this time. So offensive fouls to turn the ball over on their last 2 possessions, Nanterre. And that's the lovely offense from Hatcher. The dribble dizzying the defense, and the shot too high for anybody to reach. Demetrius Treadwell comes back in for Nanterre. So there, that offensive foul means that Nanterre have committed 5 fouls in the quarter, but the foul being on offense does not mean a trip to the foul line. And now that foul on defense will mean a trip to the stripe as Senglin picks up another. And this could be a very stop-start finish to the first half here. William Hatcher will go to the line, having just scored that lovely basket. A chance to stretch his tally to 6 points. Hatcher had 7 points and 4 assists in last week's defeat. Just 2 of 7 from the field though, and he was also 2 of 7 on game day 2 here, scoring 10 points against Bonn. Much better so far tonight. 2 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line for 6 points. 9 points the gap. Konate. 3.5 to play in the first half. Jušikevičius, who leads all scorers in the game with 13. Konate. He's going to pull up for the long 2 and got it. Nanterre refusing to let PAOK open up a double-digit gap. They'll try and keep with them as close as possible heading into the interval. Atheneu, corner of the paint, looking back out, receives it again, still 6 seconds on the shot clock. He'll fire the deep 3 and got it from way beyond the setting sun. Ioannis Atheneu. What a way for him to get his first score, and what a way for PAOK to reach the first double-figure lead of the game. 3 of 4 from downtown in the quarter. Good ball movement around the perimeter to answer back from Paulson. Nanterre looking to reel PAOK back in again. He's 2 of 2 from the outside is the Icelandic man Paulson. Moreira back in business, back in the game to go 5 of 5 from the field for 12 points now. His first score since fairly early on. He was the first to reach double figures. Konate riding a few challenges. Jušikevičius for another 3. 16 points in the half. And Jušikevičius 4 of 5 from downtown. Final minute and a half of the half. Atheneu. Hatcher in towards the stripe. Shot clock winding down to the final few seconds and a foul. Nanterre just got within 6 points, and now a chance for PAOK to extend their lead from the foul line again. Atheneu from way downtown. And then Paulson from the corner, followed by Jušikevičius from the high post. The 3's raining in the second quarter in Thessaloniki. And Hatcher right on the money from the stripe again. 8 points for him in this first half. And the lead is 8 for PAOK. Blocked off, but recovered on the far side by Konate. He creates some room. Lovely switch of hands to score as he slices through the PAOK defense. Final minute of the half coming. Moreira looking to run some interference, create some room back on the perimeter for Chrysikropoulos. Konjuris. Atheneu. Moreira again running interference. Atheneu off balance on one leg from the baseline. Couldn't squeeze it home. Waters. Kicked away off the left foot of Konjuris. 33.1 remaining in the quarter, 15 on the shot clock, so an 18-second differential. And we are going to have a timeout here with PAOK leading by 6, 41-35.
Three ici. Adas ici. Ok. Va mettre là-haut ici. Donc, ok. Coco, va te mettre ici. Hook ici. Pass for you. Ok. Immediately. Adas. End off. Repique. Repique. Immediately. Ok. End off. Repique. inside, ok. Là où tu t'écartes. Donc, ce qu'on va faire, on va mettre Hawk ici et là-haut ici. D'accord? Là-haut ici, Hawk ici. Là, oui, oui, oui. Donc, je fais flash side. Toi, tu te mets en haut. Ok? Ok, go.
Look at the PAOK game leaders there. Moreira with those 12 points. Ateneu with 3 assists already. And all of those, I think, coming in the second quarter. Nanterre's Adas Jušikevičius about to inbound the ball, though. Leads all scorers in the game with 16 points, 4 of 5 from downtown so far. Treadwell. Jušikevičius. Bit of pressure at centre court. Paulsen moves it on to Treadwell. Shot clock winding down now. He fires a tough contested shot that won't go. And the shot clock turned off at the end of the first half with the ball in PAOK's hands. 6 points the lead. They'll try and extend it here. Margaritis off to Ateneu. 5 seconds left to shoot. Margaritis guarded by Jušikevičius. He'll try and fire over the top of him. And nowhere near in the end. Not the best offense on the last possession for either team. That brings to a close a really entertaining first half of basketball, though, in Thessalonica. PAOK 41, Nanterre 35. Look at the game stats. PAOK shooting 59% inside, 43% with those 3 of 7 from downtown as well. Nanterre 7 of 13 from the outside, keeping them close. Rebounding numbers pretty even, but 2 more on the offensive glass for Nanterre. PAOK have 4 more assists in the game. Turnovers double, though, for Nanterre. That's a key standout stat from the first 2 quarters. Only 4 turnovers for PAOK. You have to give them great credit for protecting the ball so well. Moreira has 12 points to lead the way for them. Jušikevičius, though, 16 for Nanterre. 4 of 5 from downtown as part of that tally. Gamble and Jones each with a rejection. And then Christopoulos for PAOK with 9 points. Senglin for Nanterre with 7. Hatcher with 8 for the home team as well. And their side are ahead at the half. Up by 6 points and doing well so far despite the best efforts of this man, Jušikevičius, with 16 points. He's been red hot all half. But PAOK have their own man with the hot hand. 12 points for Yannick Moreira. And he still hasn't missed a shot from the field yet, 5 of 5. And ably backed up by Linos Christopoulos with 9 points. Senglin the man to back up Jušikevičius for Nanterre. Big players firing on all cylinders. A tight game. And we'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes' time. At the break, PAOK 41, Nanterre 35. Welcome back to the PAOK Sports Hall in Thessalonica, where the home team have a 6-point edge over the French side Nanterre, 41-35, as we prepare to start the third quarter. And although Nanterre have taken 4 more field goal attempts, they've only hit the same amount. Both teams knocking down 13 from the field, but the big significant difference in terms of shooting numbers comes at the stripe, where PAOK have hit 12 out of 13 free throws, and Nanterre have hit just 2 out of 2. So 10 more points coming from the line for PAOK, a 6-point lead. And looking at the numbers from the first 2 quarters, turnovers also key. Nanterre have had double that of the home side, 8 turnovers to 4. Certainly an area that they will want to improve in the second half. Nanterre trying to go 2-2 and make it 2 wins in a row to really spot their campaign into life. And PAOK, of course, looking for their first win of the campaign. And if they were able to finish the job here, it would see both teams tied level at 1 and 3 in the standings. PAOK would remain, no matter what happens in the other games, at least just 1 win behind the playoff places. They certainly don't want a gap to start to build, to fall 2 or 3 wins behind, and then it becomes really difficult. It's a big game for PAOK, even at this early stage of the regular season. And so far, so good. The home team led by the 12 points of Yannick Moreira, who's 5 of 5 from the field, backed up by the 8 from William Hatcher and 7 from Jamal Jones. 3 assists as well for Ioannis Athanasiou to lead the way, and then we'll look to the Nanterre numbers. See 16 points in just under 18 minutes on court for Adas Jusikavicius, 6 of 7 from the field, which is 2 of 2 inside and 4 of 5 from downtown. And that's after averaging just 5.3 points over the first 3 games of the campaign, and playing 6.5 minutes without a score, assist, rebound or steal last week. He's certainly had an impact this week. 7 points for Jeremy Senglin, who had 20 last week. He's the second leading scorer for Nanterre, 7 points in 13 minutes.
Hey, remember the set play with Gray, okay? Flash done. You remember? Just one, flash down. One, flash done, okay? Flash down, remember? Situation là, tout donne. Ok, on se rappelle bien par rapport à ça. Ok, on peut faire 0 aussi. 0. Ok les gars, it's okay for you. Hey, the first flash done. Hey, short roll for you. Okay?
Senglin, though, is only 2 of 6 from the field. 2 of 2 from the line. They've got 6 points from Hauko Paulson, who's missed both of his shots on the inside, but he's 2 of 2 from downtown, where Nanterre have fired 7 of their 13 field goals so far. They've hit more from the outside than they have on the inside, and that's what's keeping them close to PAOK here. The home team, though, start with the ball at the start of the second half with a 6-point lead. The head fake to one side, the footwork towards the other. Margaritis off the mark, not once but twice, and the rebound pulled down by Gamble. Waters to Treadwell. Almost picked off. Konate allowed to recover it. No backcourt violation. Then he drops it as he moves through traffic in the lane. Goss. Space on this near side for Milenko Tepic. Tepic fires the contested outside shot over the top of Treadwell, but misses it. Only Tepic's second appearance of the campaign after 5 points and 2 steals last week. Waters fizzes one inside. Gamble moves it on. Treadwell off the glass, banks it in and reduces the arrears. Hatcher. Treadwell's second score. 2 of 3 from the field for 4 points. Goss. Slipping one inside towards Moreira, who almost turned it over. Hatcher hangs but can't hit, and Treadwell grabs a rebound, having a really big impact at both ends early on in the third quarter. His pass ignites the fast break as well. Wouldn't quite fall that time for Jušikevičius, who had hit 4 of his previous 5 from the outside. Hatcher on the move, drawing the contact, and he'll go to the line. PAOK, who shot those 13 free throw attempts in the first half, are back at the line again. Hatcher had 4 of those 13 attempts and made all of them. And now he gets another 2 as Waters picks up his 3rd foul. Dominic Waters, who averages a joint team high 13.3 points per game, had 20 in last week's win, the number 11 for Nanterre, in serious trouble here tonight. He sat down early on 2 fouls. He's back in the game again and picked up his 3rd. He's not taken a single shot yet in 9 minutes of action, just 1 assist. Konate. Goss commits the foul, and PAOK pick up their 1st of the 3rd. They did come up with 5 steals in the first half, PAOK. Played some really good defense at times. There goes Waters trying to get going. Lovely stop, turn and pop in the lane. And Waters gets his 1st score. Hatcher, the crossover between a gap, puts it over the top of the defense, can't score though. Jušikevičius swiftly moves it on, Waters. Then he's fouled by Hatcher. So PAOK's 2nd foul comes very swiftly after the 1st, and Hatcher has 2 to his name on a personal note. Waters far more lively, far more involved at the start of this half. Gamble called for the offensive foul. They had a couple of those in quick succession in the first half, and another one here at the start of the second. Third personal on Gamble, so foul trouble for him as well. Phil Goss, the only player on 3 fouls for PAOK. Gamble and Waters still both on the floor with 3 fouls for Nanterre here. Can he find a way out of the double team trap? Via a deflection off the shins of Treadwell. It will still be PAOK ball with 4.8 left to shoot. Hatcher to get it in. Zaras found himself open, missed the 3. Then Treadwell grabs the rebound. Valery Zaras in the game for the first time. He's only 2 of 13 from the field across the season now. Didn't shoot that one with a great deal of confidence. Treadwell across to the far side. Waters gets it to rain. 5 points at the start of the 3rd for Dominic Waters. After 0 in the first half, and Nanterre back within 1. Tepic gets it back from Moreira. Across to the far side, shot clock winding down here to the final few seconds. Contested 3 will go. How about that from Valery Zaras to get back in business? Having shot just 2 of 13 from the field across the season before this one. toying with Jušikevičius and then forcing it up at the end of the shot clock. Created just a little bit of room, and that was enough. PAOK just about holding off the Nanterre comeback. The Greek side have been up by 10. Nanterre got the lead back to 1 until that big 3 from Zaras. Waters. Konate shoots the open 3 and got it. They're back within 1 again. Konate's first from the outside. He's now got 7 points. %56% long-range shooting for Nanterre so far. The turnover for PAOK, and the foul as Jušikevičius looked to release a teammate down the floor. PAOK's third foul on Tepic. And Nanterre with a chance to take the lead now from 10 down. Senglin is into the game. Waters, who'd been heating up in this third quarter, has gone to the bench. Paulson is in as well. Konate, who just hit a 3 a few moments ago. Senglin. Jušikevičius. Gamble just about able to recover. Senglin wide open for 3. Wouldn't quite go. You can't get much more wide open than that. Nanterre missing their first big chance to take the lead. Passing out to the double team was Hatcher. Space to fire, but a miss from Moreira for the first time here this evening. Konate, he's wide open, locked and loaded, bang! Nanterre ahead from 10 down. Second 3 of the quarter. Follow Konate. Off the beautiful behind-the-back dribble from Jušikevičius to escape the attentions of the PAOK press. And Konate was left in space. Timeout called by the home team.
We have one foul to give, don't rush. We have one foul to give. We have one foul to give. We have one foul to give. Offense for us. Our offense, guys. Our offense. We run this action. Darius. Zaras. Entry pass to Linos. Willie. Pass the ball back and pin down. When the ball is on the air for Willie. Here's the pin down. Hey, look at me. Zaras, after this action, will move on shot. Otherwise.
Well, you can see from those numbers that Nanterre are shooting the better percentages inside and out now. And they've knocked down 10 3-pointers off 18 attempts for 56% accuracy. Ahead by 3 in the rebound count as well. And significantly, most significantly, ahead by 2 in the score. And PAOK have led for the majority and by as many as 10 points. What's the PAOK response off the back of the timeout? Hatcher, quick catch and shot for Zaras. 2 from the outside now. He's finally found his range this season. PAOK back ahead. Zaras just 2 of his first 13 field goal attempts this season, and now hitting both of his last 2, and both from 3-point range. Pauk, though, have picked up their 4th foul, with still 4.5 minutes remaining of the third. Gamble. Senglin. Gambling with the high screen. And then the high pass to Gamble, who turns around and squeezes it home, despite being greeted mid-air by the attempted block. The first score for Julian Gamble, who averages 8 points. Here's Garrett. Shot clock down to the final 4 seconds. A long 2. Defense rejected it. Here comes Gamble. Bounce pass. Konate wouldn't quite go for him. A foul on the shot, so Konate will go to the foul line. Despite the best efforts of Gamble to stuff it home on the putback, there was a foul on that attempt from Konate, so he will have to earn them from the stripe. Konate, the second Nanterre player into double figures, now 12 points. And 8 of those 12, I believe, have been here in the third quarter already. That means he's scored as many points as Pauk have as a team in the third quarter. Nanterre's third foul of the third is on Jušikevičius. Still their leading scorer, but he's yet to score in the second half. 16 points altogether. A big collision on the near side. Pauk trying to get to the ball. Treadwell battling away with Zaras. And a couple of players knocked down to the deck. It looks like it will still be Pauk possession with 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. There was one collision there. There was another on the perimeter as well. It happened at the same time. Paulson with a couple of forearms to the face of Hatch. You know, he's entitled to go straight up in the air. I'm not sure exactly what happened on this near side on the perimeter. Pauk ball though, and 5 seconds to shoot. Chryssikopoulos. Quick pirouette in the paint, shot falls well short. And a second chance opportunity goes begging as well. Pauk really struggling to score here in the third. Paulson goes through the gears and gets denied. 3 players sticking with him. Hatcher lost it on the dribble, recovered though. Jones for 3, no. And the rebound pulled down by Senglin. Jeremy Senglin will take his time here. Jušikevičius. Shot clock winding down, he's trapped by the double team. Treadwell has to put it up and doesn't touch the rim, so it's a shot clock violation. There's a foul as well. Let's have a look at this drive from Paulson. And 3 players suffocating his route to the rim. One of them got the block. All 3 could have. It was from behind. Chryssikopoulos reaching over the top to reject. Brilliantly done. Just 2 of 13 from the field this quarter, Pauk. Nanterre 6 of 10. They've turned a 10-point deficit into a 3-point lead, but Pauk can get within touching distance if they can get back up and running again here. Atheneu. Jones. Rolling inside quickly is Garrett. Jones clings onto it. And contact called against Konate. Jamal Jones playing aggressive offense and forcing that fourth foul on Nanterre. Any foul from either defense for the remainder of the quarter will send the opposition offense to the line. Almost picked off by Senglin on the inbound pass here. Atheneo recovers in the backcourt. Atheneo across to the far side. Good pass, three-point attempt, wouldn't go. And this will be Nanterre ball. And their struggles from the field continue here in the third quarter. Senglin. Treadwell. Senglin on the move, it comes to Konate. Bounce pass in towards Treadwell, picked off brilliantly by Jones. He wants it back from Atheneo. Instead, the Greek point guard clings onto it. Jones trying to force it home down the baseline. Wouldn't go off the tip either from Garrett. And PAOK, I believe, are 2 of 15 from the field in quarter three. Senglin. There's a whistle on the play for a foul away from the ball handler. The foul is on Atheneo, so Nanterre will shoot the foul shots. Second foul on Zaras. Konate has gone to the bench. And Helco Paulson is at the line and adding to his tally. A chance to move to 8 points. Had 13 last week, as well as 5 rebounds, 2 assists and 2 steals, a block as well. And the first win of the campaign for Nanterre. They're looking to make it 2 wins in a row here. Jones. Atheneo. Deep three for Zaras. 3 from downtown in the quarter. For the only man that's keeping PAOK going. Thodoris Zaras, the only player who's hit a field goal for the home team here in the third quarter. Treadwell to Yushi Kavachas. He's missed the game from the outside, having been hot in the first half. PAOK a chance to get level or maybe even take the lead. If somebody else can score, maybe. Zaras, maybe he's got another one in his tank. He drives, can't quite get it to fall off the left-hand layup, but he will go to the line for 2. Where has this come from? From Thodoris Zaras. Only 2 of 12 from the field coming into the game. Missed his first shot here. Wide open one from the outside as well, but he got that forced 3 in the corner at the end of the shot clock to go, and since then he's just not looked back, Zaras. The wide open miss he had from the near side was a long 2. He had a toe on the line. So the stats read 3 of 3 from downtown. All of them coming here in the third quarter. He only gets the first of 2 down. There's contact on the attempted rebound. And a blow to the mouth for Ugo Invernizzi. Let's have another look at this. Oh, Tepic with the elbow right across the face of Invernizzi. The 2 players holding each other's jerseys locked together. They may well wonder if that could be unsportsmanlike. That's certainly the message that's being sent by Invernizzi himself. Instead, the foul called on Invernizzi because he was holding off Tepic from trying to get the rebound off the missed foul shot. So they're back at the line again, PAOK. Tepic has got away with one a little bit, though. And he still can't get them level. Just 1 of 4 from the line in the space of a couple of seconds. Senglin. Shot clock turned off at the end of the third quarter now. Nanterre with the slenderest of advantages. Jeremy Senglin toying with the defence. Pulling up for the three, short. Maybe a chance to throw this one up. And way over the top. A brilliant third quarter for Nanterre. They're back from 10 down and from 6 down at the half to lead at the end of 3. PAOK 53, Nanterre 54. And PAOK's field goal percentages dropping off dramatically. 36% inside, still 43% from the outside, but Nanterre have been brilliant from downtown. They've shot 10 of 19 for 53% from long range. And a real struggle for PAOK in that quarter, only kept alive by the brilliant outside shooting of Fodoris Garras. That one from the corner was his first, and the first of 3 without a miss in a row from downtown for Zaras, but Nanterre, as has been the case all evening long, plenty of threes in their locker as well. Konate hit 2 in a row to give Nanterre their first lead, having fallen down by 10 on trail for the vast majority. Jušikavičius with the facilitating that time after doing the scoring in the first half. Zaras at it again for PAOK. I'd have to double check, but I think he may well still be the only player in the quarter for PAOK, Fodoris Zaras, who hit a field goal. All 10 of his points came in 7.5 minutes in that third quarter. That one from a couple of feet back. PAOK are behind, but thanks to Zaras' sharp shooting, only by 1. Indeed, that is correct. Zaras, the only PAOK player to hit a field goal in the third quarter. As a team, altogether, they only hit 3. And that was his 3 3-pointers. There were the 3 points coming from the foul line as they had 12 in the quarter. Jušikavičius onto Dominic Waters. Had an important 5-point burst towards the start of the third quarter, Waters, and picked up his third foul and went to the bench again. Konate, he means business here as he plays a brilliant pass, and Gamble rocks the rim as the French unload some firepower. Konate drawing the attention of the defence like moths to a flame and leaving his teammate wide open for the big finish. Nanterre by 3. Nice pass, Garrett switching onto his right, couldn't quite get the shooter's roll. Paulsen takes it across to the corner. Jušikavičius, 3 in a row miss from the outside for him. Gamble big on the boards though. Waters off balance and frustrated, I think, with himself more than with the officials for not calling a foul. Chryssikopoulos. There was a foul there on Konate, the first of the 4th. Here's a look again at that brilliant assist from Konate, who took the attention of the 2 inside and left Gamble wide open underneath for the emphatic finish. Atheneu. Going one way and then the other, trying to find some room on the foul line. Garrett was fouled and he'll go to the stripe. Darius Garrett has got inside and tried to score 3 times already here in the fourth and still not being able to, but he gets his chance from the line now. Garrett finally gets his first point. He's got those 5 rebounds, but he was 0 of 3 from the field before that foul shot. Now 2 of 2 on his first trip to the line, so 2 points, and Pauk back within 1 again. He did come into this game averaging 5.5 points in just 12.5 minutes across a couple of games. He's 5 of 7 from the field, Darius Garrett, in his 2 previous appearances, but 0 of 3 here. Waters. Fouled by Atheneu. 2 fouls apiece in the opening 96 seconds of the fourth quarter. You can see Nanterre shooting the ball with far better accuracy than Pauk. Much improved Nanterre in terms of their offense so far here. Waters, and he gets contact from Garrett, so that's 3 fouls on Pauk already. Indeed, Nanterre shooting the better percentages and hitting 10 from the outside as well, but it's the shooting at the foul line for Pauk that's kept them close. 17 of 21 from the stripe. Nanterre are perfect there, but they've only taken 7 attempts, 1 more to come. Garrett has gone to the bench, having picked up his 4th personal foul. Atheneu. Chryssikopoulos. Big in the first half, yet to really catch fire in the second. He's trying to get going now with some nifty footwork, keeping his cool and his composure in the paint to score. Pauk within 1 again. Waters. Up to double figures now, Chryssikopoulos with 11. Waters to Konate, another 3 for him, yes! 3 from the outside in the second half for Konate. He had the one that got them the lead, and that one keeps them ahead by 4. "15 points in the game now for Lou Konate, trying to answer back, not quite, was Phil Goss. And he's really struggled. In fact, he's not scored, Phil Goss, having averaged 17 points across his 2 previous games. 23 points last week, 0 here tonight for Goss. He's 0 of 3 from the field now. A free passage into the paint for Dominic Waters, who got the contact from his opposite number, and a chance at a 3-point play for Nanterre, who are starting, threatening at least, to pull away. Waters was 8 of 11 from the field for his 20 points last week. Didn't score at all in the first half here, but a chance now to hit double digits in the second half. 10 points. 3 assists as well. And Nanterre lead by 7, their largest lead. And PAOK now letting their emotions get the better of them, frustrated and flustered by this Nanterre comeback. And not happy with some decision-making down on the floor. It's time to keep your cool. Six minutes and 43 seconds to go. PAOK down by 7. Conyers. Can he get going now? Yes, he can, Phil Goss. His first score. And it comes 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. PAOK back within 4. And then a foul as Dominic Waters gets mugged in the backcourt. Goss, who missed his first 3 attempts of the game, finally up and running. And then a little overzealous on defense. PAOK are at the foul limit already, with only 3.5 minutes of the fourth quarter played. So for the next 6.5, any foul from their defense will send Nanterre to the foul line for free throws. Waters there this time gets just the second, so the number 11 has 11 points, and Nanterre have a 5-point lead. Zaras takes on another 3, 4 from the outside in the second half. For never say die, Thonery Sarras. PAOK back within 2. Once again, he's the one keeping them going. Paulson, though, answers back with a big blow to the 2-time Greek champions. Paulson hitting his 3rd from the outside off as many attempts. Margaritis gets that one to 4. PAOK doing their best to keep it tight. 5.5 minutes to play. Waters. Not much to give in terms of points in the paint. Waters fouled by Margaritis, so he will go to the line yet again, Dominic Waters. This will be his 6th and 7th free throw attempts. Good strong offense to hold off the defense and score from Margaritis down the other end. The 35-year-old veteran still got it. Waters a bit frustrated because he knows Nanterre need each and every point they can get, and he only makes 1 of 2. Zaras with the miss from the outside, but there was a foul anyway. Zaras coming off the screen, getting open. That is a big problem for Nanterre if it continues to happen. He just looks like he can't miss right now, although he missed that one, but there was a foul. Konate's 3rd foul. Conyers will inbound from the baseline for PAOK. Zaras. Here goes Goss into the lane. Found a gap, didn't look like there was room to get through, but then he missed the shot. Across the midway point of the final quarter. Nanterre trying to hold off PAOK down the stretch. Senglin. Treadwell moving inside, Senglin clings onto it. Final 5 seconds, they move it on across to the far side, getting down the baseline. tip by Treadwell. Goss comes away with it. Good team defence from PAOK. There's the bounce pass. Chryssikopoulos couldn't quite get it to fall, but he'll go to the line for 2. Back at the stripe for a second time this evening in his previous 2. One of 4 players in double figures for PAOK with 11 points. Zaras has 13 to lead them. Moreira has 12. Hatcher has 10. It falls short, but they grab the rebound. Goss. The crossover, the right-hand dribble drive, got the contact, and he'll go to the line now. Certainly a greater attacking intent from Phil Goss in this second half, the 35-year-old American. Looking to save his best for last and help PAOK get back ahead. No points in the first 3 quarters for Goss. He's got 5 already here in the 4th. PAOK are within 2. Senglin. Powson. Quick catch and attack from Powson. Only one thought in mind, and he scores again. He's been so efficient tonight. Powson taking his tally to 11 points. In fact, make it 13 now for Powson. Konuris. Well, the move down the baseline, sneaking in behind the defence was Chryssikopoulos. Senglin throwing it overhead. Some Senglin sorcery to get that one to score. Nanterre by 4. Goss. He'll take on the 3 over the top of Powson with a hand in his face. Phil Goss with his second from the outside here in the 4th. He's starting to catch fire. PAOK back within 1. Final 3 minutes and change. Konate. Jasikevičius, the quick catch and shot. And every time PAOK have got within a whisker, Nanterre have hit a big shot right back at them. Goss to Margaritis. 4 points the gap again. Chryssikopoulos backing in, going to work on Konate, who's called for the contact. And Linos Chryssikopoulos will go back to the stripe. It's a real heartbreaker for PAOK. After Goss hit a 3, a few seconds later, Jasikevičius answers right back with 1. 5 of 9 from downtown now for 19 points to lead all scorers in the game. But his first score of the second half, Jasikevičius. Chryssikopoulos at the line with 13 points. Missed his last couple. Konate a little upset as he goes to the bench for Nanterre. He's picked up his 4th personal. Jasikevičius and Gamble also have 4, and so does Dominic Waters, I beg your pardon. So 4 players on 4 fouls for Nanterre. Darius Garrett and Phil Goss on 4 for PAOK. 2 minutes and 37 seconds remaining, only 2 points differential. This one is going right down to the wire in Group B. Senglin up against Goss on those 4 fouls. Senglin goes through the gears and denied by Garrett. The big-time block. As Darius Garrett says, not in my house. And then dancing through the defense on offense was Stonaris Zaras. PAOK back level again. Highlight reel defense at one end and lovely offense down the other. As PAOK take this one to a level playing field once more.
Anas, Julian, ok, Dom ici, ok, on met Haute ici, Jay ici, c'est un bon écran ici. Big possible for you. Okay. Si jamais Adas a la balle, Julian, pick and roll. Okay. Si on la donne pas à Adas, pick and roll, Dominique, Julian. Okay. Adas, follow the ball. Okay. They switch with me now. So we go this, they switch. Yeah, you know. Let's go. So go off the 5 man now. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go, man.
Well, PAOK led earlier by as many as 10 points. Nanterre, I believe, have led by as many as 7. How about the block from Garrett, which led to the offense? We've had 12 lead changes tonight as well. Neck and neck with 2 minutes and 16 seconds or so to play. 76-76. Waters out to Paulson into the lane in traffic, forced it home. Despite all kinds of contact, Paulson with the power and the quality to score. A picture of aggression and concentration. What a big play from Hakor Paulson. Just inside the final 2 minutes, and Garrett, who had that big block a few seconds ago, fouls out as well. He's the first of those 6 players on 4 fouls to take the fall. A chance of a 3-point play for Paulson, and he completes it. So Nanterre lead by 3. And we are going to have a timeout with 1 minute and 57 seconds remaining. Here on game day 4 of the Basketball Champions League, it's a real regular season classic.
Adonis, out of bounds. Here is Goss. Here is Aras. Our 4 men, our 5 men. Here. Go and send it to Zaras. Zaras can receive the ball from Adonis. And now, Zaras has the ball. Immediately, Vangeli improves the positioning. It's a fake screen here for Adonis, and then is elevator screen for Phil. Elevator first, 4 men and 5 for Phil. And then we play ISO here. ISO. Vangelis go the opposite low post, go the opposite side.
Hey, derrière on annonce corne. On annonce corne derrière.
We see a few numbers in that timeout. The turnovers key. PAOK have only scored a couple more points, despite Nanterre having 7 more turnovers. PAOK protecting the ball so well, though. Just 5 turnovers this evening. They've not shot it well from the field. Nanterre, the better shooting percentages inside and out. But PAOK have got to the line for 27 free throw attempts and made 21 of them to stay close enough for now. Conyers Zaras, who's got all 15 of his points in this second half. Goss now as well, who's got all 8 of his in the second half. In fact, all in the fourth quarter. 3-point shot would it go at the end of the shot clock. And now PAOK have to brace themselves to try and get a big defensive stop, to try and keep it a one-possession game. Senglin. Such a huge minute and a half for both teams. Senglin looking to dance through the defense and hang it high off the window. Big rebound, Treadwell wrestles it away. An invaluable second chance opportunity and a chance to take more time off the clock. A chance to make it a two-possession game, especially if this one falls. It wouldn't for Jussi Kavicius, who'd hit 5 from the outside already tonight. Goss wants the 3. He gets it. Tie game again. Goss the boss in the fourth quarter for PAOK. They pull level once more. Back to your contact on the far side. A big, debatable, disputable decision. The possession arrow is in favour of PAOK by the looks of it. The officials are discussing things. Just after Phil Goss had hit his 3rd three-pointer of this second half to take his tally to 11 points and to tie the game again at 79-79. They're having a look. There was a hand from behind from Senglin. Then was there a push from Conyers? They have to get these decisions right, particularly in the final couple of minutes. Whose fingertips scraped that ball last? .3 seconds to play. These two neck and neck, inseparable, over 39 plus minutes. And the delay will continue. We're going to have a timeout. The possession arrow is still in favour of PAOK. But we'll have a timeout first. 79-79.
Otherwise, and then we got the touch and everybody in the bench last time. We call come, but we need to feel it. Not this well. Very high, very forward.
So I beg your pardon, the possession in favour of Nanterre here. It's one of those you can watch again and again, and again, still not quite be sure. Incredibly tight to call, and an incredibly tight game. It is Nanterre ball. They'll advance it into the fourth quarter, into the front court, late in the fourth quarter. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Waters. Final seconds, pulls up, gets fouled just off the corner of the paint. Waters getting hit, inexplicably really, by Margaritis. And a chance from the stripe for Nanterre to take the lead with 36.7 seconds remaining. Just catches the shooting and the right hand of Waters here. So Dominic Waters to the line for a chance to add to his 12 points. He's 5 of 7 from the stripe. He's missed a couple though in this quarter. he may well have been 1 of 2 on each of his last 2 trips to the line. That one puts Nanterre ahead. He's perfect that time. 14 points for Dominic Waters. And all of them, I think, coming here in the second half. 7 of 9 from the line, 3 of 4 from the field, 4 assists as well. Jamal Jones to inbound for PAOK, who trail by 2 with 36.7 seconds remaining. Goss, who's 3 of 5 from downtown. All of those coming in the second half. Left-hand dribble drive, kicked it back out. Not much room for Zaras, though, who's got the other hot hand for PAOK. Goss, the crossover between the legs. Defence sticking to him all the way. Goss off the mark. And now the shot clock turned off at the end of the game. They've got a foul here, PAOK. And they do, as they foul Senglin, who's 2 of 2 from the foul line here this evening. PAOK can see this one slipping away. And Senglin will look to try and help seal it from the stripe here with 14.5 seconds remaining. Well, he misses the first, and that means it will remain a 1-possession game. Now, will it be a 2 or a 3 that PAOK needs to take the game to overtime if they have the final shot? Senglin hits his second, so PAOK need a 3 to tie as they call the timeout with 14.5 seconds remaining. It is going the distance between these two on game day 4 of the Basketball Champions League.
Αθηναίου has the ball. Τζαμάλ. Μαργαρίτης. Αθηναίου. Here is this guy, Zaras. Look at the guys. Zaras and Goss. Zaras and Goss. Fake screen to him and ask the ball. Zaras immediately here. And now Goss set a good screen. Goss set a good screen. Ο Τζαμάλ. Γιάννη, θέλει με αυτή την πάσα ψηλά να τη δώσεις ακόμα και εδώ μακριά.
Make a low pass to Jamal far away maybe. It's not to score.
As we see in that timeout, PAOK have hit 10 3-pointers in the game. Now look at the scoring breakdown, a big 28-point fourth quarter for Nanterre. They've got a couple of players with a hot hand from downtown PAOK. Phil Goss has hit all 3 of his late in the game. Thodoros Zaras, 4 of 4 from downtown, all of them coming in the second half. So they should be the 2 go-to options. Or will there be a surprise? 14.5 seconds to try and force overtime. It's Zaras. And he takes on the 3 early, and he got fouled on the 3-point shot as he took it on straight away. Paulson can't quite believe it. It only took them 3 seconds to get the shot away on the offense, and Zaras just caught the inbound pass and put it up and got the contact from Paulson. So concerned about his hot hand in this second half, having hit all 4 3-point attempts previously. Some inexplicable defense from Paulson, really, because even had Zaras knocked that one down to tie the game, Nanterre would still have had 11 seconds to try and win it with the final shot. Now Zaras, with 3 from the stripe, needs all of them. He was 1 of 2 on his previous and only other trip to the line in this game. That's 2. How about the third to tie it? Fans on the edge of their seats at the PAOK Sports Arena. Never, ever in doubt. Zaras has been right on the mark all of this second half. 82-82, timeout called by Nanterre now, with 11 seconds to try and win it.
Julian, Oak ici, Dominique ici, okay? Hey, Oak, screen Julian for Oak, okay? And immediately end up for you, okay? And after 1-4 for Dominique, okay? Okay? Hey, if he switch, be careful for the skill, okay? And everybody has the ball, everybody has the ball.
Zaras leading the way of all scorers for PAOK with those 18, and all of them coming in the second half. Fans of all ages enjoying this great Basketball Champions League entertainment in Greece tonight. Will there be late heartbreak for their team though? Nanterre, maybe the last possession as Aras Yushikavicius gets set to inbound, the leading scorer in the game with 19 points. Any score to put them ahead. 11 seconds. Paulson, who fouled Zaras that previous play, which allowed PAOK the tie. Here's Waters. Waters left-hand dribble drive inside, throws it high off the window, wouldn't fall. And we are heading to overtime, although there's a call for a foul underneath before the buzzer, which of course would mean foul shots and a chance to win it. It's not going to happen by the looks of it though. Waters flipping it up, not getting his angles right. And they're claiming the foul from Gamble. I think the time had already expired, as Gamble certainly commits the foul, but it may have been a little too late. That would have been foul shots for PAOK and a chance to win it. Now they are going to be looking at this one. What a call this could be. With the game clock having expired, the clock's up there to the top right of your picture. We're not going to see it for the remainder, though, of this replay. Is that foul within the remaining time? Now we'll see the clock at the bottom right of your screen and above the backboard. Gamble swings his left arm around and the foul is there, and it's almost right on the buzzer. Milliseconds. Can you identify the point of contact from that angle? Left arm coming round. Connects, I think, with the right thigh of the PAOK player. Is it there? Oh, I think it's within the time, isn't it? It looked as though there was 0.1, 0.2 maybe left on the game clock, because there the contact's already happened. I think it happens with 0.3. But if PAOK do get these foul shots, they would need just one to seal victory. It's been a wonderful night of action here in the Basketball Champions League here on game day 4. PAOK desperate for a first win in the competition. And they will get the foul shots to go for the win. Vangelis Margaritis, the 35-year-old. PAOK fans, hands clasped in prayer. Margaritis needs just one. The bench and the fans on their feet. He is 2 of 2 from the line so far tonight, albeit just 1 of 5 from the field. But he's grabbed a team high 6 rebounds and come up with a steal. None of that matters if he doesn't come up with a converted foul shot here. There is no time left. 0.3. That won't be enough. You have to imagine for Nanterre to get a shot away in response. Margaritis, the first of 2. Oh, he's done it! Oh, PAOK have deserved a bit of luck, perhaps, this season, and they got it there. Off the backboard. One surely will do. PAOK celebrate victory in the Basketball Champions League for the first time this season, and in the most dramatic of circumstances. With overtime looming large, Vangelis Margaritis with a rather unorthodox foul shot to win it by 1, 83-82. Then foul shots ultimately proving the difference as they hit 25 of 32 from the line. PAOK with the far worse shooting percentages from 2-point range and from 3-point range, but still able to eke out the win. Nanterre within touching distance. They'd had a very positive second half. They'd gone up by as many as 7, but it was a game that saw 13 lead changes. PAOK had the lead for the vast majority from the start through to the second half, led by as many as 10. Nanterre came back from a 6-point half-time deficit and went up by 7, but PAOK reeled them back in again and just about saw it through. Margaritis getting the congratulations for that big foul shot with a big lucky break. But Thodoris Zaras, the main man in the second half, led PAOK back from the brink at times with 18 points, all of them coming in the second half of play. 4 of 4 from downtown, and he was the man who got fouled as well, which led to 3 straight foul shots that he converted to tie the game before that one from Margaritis to win it. Foul shots the difference, and PAOK kept their poise on the edge of the paint to knock them down. A really entertaining contest in the Basketball Champions League, and a significant one as well, because PAOK pick up their first win of the season. 18 points for Zaras, but 5 in double figures. 15 for Chryssikopoulos, 12 for Moreira, 11 for Goss. All of those coming in the second half as well, and 10 for Hatcher to get a 1-point win over Nanterre, who were led by the 19 of UC Cavachus, 16 from Paulsen, 15 from Konate, 14 for Waters, and 10 for Senglin, as they had 5 in double figures as well. It was incredibly tight in the second half, and it was a really good watch throughout. But it's PAOK who come through with the win by just a single point, 83-82 over Nanterre. We'll see you next time for some more action in the Basketball Champions League.